we are going to do a quick review on fractions today just to get ourselves back into the mode, because even though we're working on line plots actually have a lot to do with fractions. So let's do a fast addition problem. This problem is 1 5/8 plus 1 3/4. So the first thing we have to do is recopy it vertically. And there we are. And then the next thing we're going to do is make equivalent fractions, because we can see that 8ths and 4ths are not the same. So we count by 8, and we count by 4, and then we do the peanut. And remember, the number in the peanut is what goes on the bottom. So this one doesn't have to be equivalent, it's the same thing, but this one gets an 8 as the denominator. So we have to multiply times 2 on the bottom to get 8, and times 2 on the top gives us 6. And these both have a whole number 1 next to them. So now we have equivalent fractions, so our fractions are common and we can add them. So we add 5 plus 6 is 11, and we keep the denominator the same, and then we add 1 plus 1 is 2. And then we're not done here, because we can see, oh, this one is not quite finished. This one needs to be further worked out. So when we have 11 over 8, that's another way of saying 8 divided into 11. And we say 1, 8, 9, 10, 11. When we subtract, we get 3. So this is the same as 1 and 3/8. So now we have 1 3/8 plus 2. We have this became 1 3/8, and we have to add it back to the 2. So the answer here is 3 3/8. So this was our improper fraction that we changed to a mixed number and added to our original number. All right, hopefully that seems familiar. We've done that a zillion times. Now we're going to subtract. First of all, we recopy the problem vertically. Second thing we notice, not the same. So we don't have common denominators, so we have to count by 3s. 3, 6, 12, 15, and we can count by 5s, 5, 10, 15. We do the peanut. The number in the peanut is the number that becomes our denominator. And then we say 5 times what equals 15? Oh, it's 3. So then 4 times 3 is 12. And then we say 3 times what equals 15? And it's 5. So we say 1 times 5 is 5. Now, this is going to happen to you. So remind yourself, pay attention to this, okay? We can't take 12 away from 5, so we have to borrow. And when we borrow, we have 4, and then we have 15/15 that we add to it. So 4 20/15 minus, how did I get a 5 here? I should have a 1 here. 1 12/15. And then we can do this problem. So now we can just do 12 from 20 is 8. The number on the bottom stays the same. And 4 minus 1 is 3. So here we have 3 8/15. And then we have one reminder for multiplication. Oops. And one reminder for division that we still have left to do. So here, remember, with multiplication, we need to make an an improper fraction. So 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 more is 8 fifths times, and then we have to take that 10 and make it into a fraction, so we put it over 1. Now we can say 8 times 10 is 80. 5 times 1 is 5. Now we have an improper fraction, so we divide. 5 goes into 80 16 times. So the answer here is 16. And we can do this the same if we do 5 times, I would say, times 8 is 40, times 8 again, and I would still get 16. Okay, and then our last review problem is a division problem. So for division, we also have to make an improper fraction. So 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19. And this is divided by, we have to make this into a fraction. And now we follow this model. Keep, change, flip. And remember, that's because way back at the beginning of working on fractions, we said that 8 divided by 2 is the same as 8 times 1/2. So in our little thinking mind, we said, oh, we can take the reciprocal of the number that we're dividing by and multiply. So we are going to keep 19 fourths. We are going to change to a multiplication problem, and we are going to take the reciprocal by flipping. And here, now we can just multiply. 19 times 1 is 19. 4 times 5 is 20. All right, I think these things need to just come back up into your mind so that you will be ready to tackle some of these problems. So I hope that this is making sense to you. If you think you want a little bit more practice, you might try some IXL, multiplying and dividing fractions, or adding and subtracting fractions just to get yourself in the right zone. I hope you have a great math day. Bye.